Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. If you really want to know how to make a man chase you nonstop, you've got to stop looking at it like some kind of magic trick. Men aren't complicated. We're just simple. And when a woman knows how to carry herself, when she knows how to set the standard, when she knows how to demand respect without saying a word, a man will not only chase her, but he will keep chasing her long after he's already caught her. See, chasing isn't about games, it's about value. It's about what you bring to the table that makes a man say, I cannot lose her. Now let's break this down. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by telling you the truth about men. We are not nearly as complicated as people like to make us out to be. Men are hunters by nature, and we put energy, focus, and effort into what we believe is worth pursuing. If you want to know how to make a man chase you nonstop, it all begins with one principle: a man only chases what he feels is valuable. And when I say valuable, I don't mean money, I don't mean looks alone, I don't mean some superficial checklist. I'm talking about the kind of value that goes deeper than surface level attraction. I'm talking about the type of presence, character, and self-respect that makes a man stop in his tracks and say, I cannot afford, because let me just slip away. If everything about you is easy, if everything is available without him having to put forth any effort, there is no chase. And without the chase, there is no lasting appreciation. Think about this. When a man goes out and buys himself a pair of shoes that cost $20, he might wear them for a while, but he's not going to treat them like they're irreplaceable. But let him save up for a pair that cost him real money. Let him work extra hours, put in some sacrifices, finally buy them. Oh, now he takes care of those shoes. He polishes them. He puts them back in the box. He doesn't let them get scuffed up. Why? Because he invested in them. And when men invest, we attach value. The same thing applies in relationships. If you hand yourself over on a silver platter without any effort required, you rob a man of the chance to invest in you. And if he hasn't invested, he doesn't value what he has. Now, I don't want you to confuse this with playing games. I'm not telling you to pretend you're somebody you're not, or to set up a bunch of fake hoops for him to jump through. No. What I'm saying is you've got to stand on your standards. You've got to be clear about who you are and what you expect. A woman with standards is not hard to love. She's just hard to play with. And that, ladies, is exactly what makes her worth the chase. When a man meets a woman who knows her worth, who doesn't back down from what she deserves, who carries herself like the prize that she is, it activates something in him. It makes him rise up. It makes him put in effort. It makes him think long term. He knows he can't come at her sideways because she won't tolerate it. He knows he's got to bring his best because that's what she requires. Let me give you an example. Have you ever noticed that the people who command respect in any room are the ones who don't have to shout? They don't have to beg for attention. They walk in with a presence, they set boundaries with their energy, and people respond. It's the same in relationships. If you're begging a man to see you, if you're chasing after him, if you're lowering your standards just to keep him, you flip the script. And once you start chasing him, he no longer has to chase you. Men are wired to pursue, but if you take that role away from him, he will get comfortable. And when a man gets too comfortable, he loses appreciation. That's when you start hearing excuses. That's when you start feeling ignored. That's when you start wondering why he doesn't treat you the way he used to. The answer is simple, because you stopped making him work for it. Now let's talk about effort. A real man, a man with good intentions, doesn't mind putting in effort. He doesn't mind proving himself. He doesn't mind showing you that he's serious. As a matter of fact, he feels more fulfilled when he knows he's earned your trust, your time, and your love. But when you make it too easy, when you hand everything over without him earning it, you deny him that fulfillment. You deny him that sense of accomplishment. You deny him the chance to feel like he's won something rare, and men treasure what feels rare. So here's the key. Don't be afraid to require something from a man. Don't be afraid to say, if you want me, you've got to show up for me. Don't be afraid to let him prove that he's consistent, that he's serious, that he's invested. Because the man who is really about you won't run from that. He will lean into it. He will step up, not step back. And the man who runs away when you show standards, he was never meant for you anyway. He was never going to treat you the way you deserve. By requiring the chase, you filter out the ones who are only there for convenience. You separate the pretenders from the contenders. And let me tell you something powerful. The chase doesn't stop once he gets you. The right man keeps chasing because he knows what it took to win you, and he doesn't want to lose that. But the way you ensure that continuous chase is by never forgetting your value. Men don't stop chasing because they've lost interest. They stop chasing when you stop requiring it, when you stop showing up as the prize, when you stop believing in your own worth. That's when the energy shifts. But if you stay true to yourself, if you stay confident, if you keep your life full and vibrant, he will keep running after you because he knows that your value hasn't changed. So the foundation is simple, but it's powerful. Men chase what they feel is worth chasing. You don't have to do backflips. You don't have to beg. You don't have to manipulate. You just have to know who you are, honor your standards, and let him put in the work. Because when a man invests in you, when he feels like he's earned something priceless, that's when the chase becomes nonstop. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real about men. We love discovery. We are wired for curiosity. We're wired to want to uncover, to figure out, to dig deeper. And this is why mystery is such a powerful thing when it comes to relationships. Too many people make the mistake of thinking that to connect with someone, you've got to lay out your whole story on the first date. Tell them every detail about your past, give away all your thoughts and secrets like you're writing an autobiography. But that's not how you create excitement. That's not how you build desire. And that's certainly not how you make a man chase you nonstop. What makes a man lean in? What makes him keep showing up? What makes him pursue with intensity is the feeling that there's more to know. The chase doesn't just happen because of what you show. It happens because of what you don't show right away. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should lie or pretend to be somebody you're not. What I'm saying is this: you should reveal yourself slowly, like chapters in a great book. Think about your favorite novel or your favorite TV series. The reason you keep turning the page or watching the next episode is because you don't know what's coming next. The story unfolds a little at a time, and each piece draws you in deeper. If a show gave you all the answers in the first 5 minutes, you'd lose interest. That's the same way it works with men. If you tell them everything about your life, your dreams, your fears, your past, your plans, all in one sitting, you've taken away the curiosity. You've removed the thrill of discovery. You've taken away his role as the pursuer. Men love to feel like they are uncovering something rare, and when you give it all away too soon, he doesn't have to work for it. And let me tell you, what comes easy rarely feels special. Mystery is not about being secretive in a negative way. It's about pacing the relationship so that it has room to breathe, room to grow, room to stay exciting. A man should wake up each day wondering, what am I going to learn about her today? What new layer is she going to show me? That wonder keeps him engaged. That curiosity keeps him invested. That sense of discovery keeps him chasing. And let me say this plain: mystery is not just about your words, it's also about your energy. If you are too available every single moment, if you are always answering calls immediately, always free no matter when he asks, always giving without boundaries, then you become predictable. And predictability, when it comes too early, kills the chase. A man should not feel like he has access to all of you instantly. He should feel like he has to earn that access piece by piece. Think about the women who make a lasting impression. They're not the ones who spill everything right away. They're the ones who keep their lives full, who have their own passions, who don't drop everything at the first text. They create a little bit of space, and in that space, a man has to wonder, he has to think, he has to plan how to get closer. That space is where desire grows. And let me tell you something. When a man is wondering about you, when he's thinking about how to get to the next level with you, he is chasing you. Because chasing isn't always about running across town with flowers. It's about mental pursuit. It's about effort. It's about staying engaged and trying harder because he knows there's more of you worth discovering. Now, here's the danger of giving too much too soon. When you overexpose yourself early, you set the stage for disappointment. If he already feels like he knows everything, the excitement fades. He doesn't have a reason to lean in anymore. But when you pace the process, when you allow things to unfold naturally, you give him the opportunity to stay invested over time. He keeps coming back, he keeps calling, he keeps planning because he hasn't gotten the whole picture yet. And the beauty of that is that the picture of you is never really finished. People are layered. You are layered. Your dreams evolve. Your personality has dimensions, And letting him see those layers bit by bit keeps the connection alive. Mystery also sends a very powerful message about your value. It says, I don't give myself away easily. It says, I respect myself enough to let you earn access to my heart, my mind, my world. That doesn't mean you're cold or distant. It means you are selective. And men respect what is selective. Men admire what they can't just grab without effort. Men treasure what takes time to earn. When you allow mystery to exist in the relationship, you're showing him that you're not just another option. You're something worth protecting, something worth working for, something worth chasing nonstop. So let me make it plain. Mystery isn't about withholding love. It's about letting it grow at the right pace. It's about creating room for him to be curious, to wonder, to pursue. It's about showing him that you are a story too good to rush through. And when a man feels like your story is still unfolding, he will keep turning the pages, he will keep making the calls, he will keep showing up at your door, because mystery has him hooked. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one thing about men that often goes unsaid. A man doesn't stay where he's not growing. You can hold his attention for a little while with attraction. You can catch his eye with beauty. You can even keep him around with convenience. But if he doesn't feel like being with you is elevating him, challenging him, pushing him to be the best version of himself, eventually he'll drift. Men don't always say this out loud, but deep down, we crave a woman who won't let us stay the same. We respect a woman who sees our potential and won't accept anything less. And let me be very clear. When I say challenge, I don't mean nagging or tearing a man down. I mean a woman who calls us up, not out. A woman who pushes us toward the man we were created to be, not one who settles for the man we are right now. See, the truth is, most men know when we're slipping. We know when we're not living up to our own potential, when we're being lazy with our goals, when we're half stepping in our responsibilities. But sometimes, left to our own devices, we'll keep coasting because it's comfortable. And comfort is dangerous for a man. Comfort makes us lose our drive, lose our hunger, lose our edge. But when we meet a woman who doesn't let us settle for mediocrity, when she looks us in the eye and says, I know you can do better, and I won't let you give me less than your best, that does something to us. It shakes us. It wakes us up. And instead of running from her, we run after her because she makes us feel like we are more. You ever notice how athletes love coaches who push them? The best players in the world don't get better by being told they're already perfect. They get better when someone sees the greatness in them and demands it. That's what the right kind of challenge does in a relationship. A man will keep chasing a woman who challenges him because he knows she's not just a cheerleader, she is a partner. She's not just clapping for the bare minimum, she's holding him to a higher standard. And when a man knows he has a woman like that by his side, he feels proud to chase her, proud to prove himself worthy of her, proud to rise up because of her. Now let's be real, not every man can handle that kind of woman. Some men get defensive. Some men feel threatened. But let me tell you something, that's how you know he's not the one. Because a real man doesn't run from challenge. He might get uncomfortable, he might resist at first, but deep down he knows you're right. And if he's serious about you, he will adjust, he will grow, he will rise to the occasion. And when he does, the bond between you deepens. Because he knows you're not just letting him get by with the bare minimum. You're pulling greatness out of him. And a man never forgets the woman who pulls greatness out of him. But here's where balance comes in. Challenging a man doesn't mean belittling him. It doesn't mean making him feel small. It doesn't mean constantly pointing out what's wrong. The kind of challenge that makes a man chase you nonstop comes from a place of belief. It's you saying, I see what you're capable of, and I want you to live up to it. It's you refusing to accept excuses because you know he's better than the excuses. It's you encouraging him while also refusing to let him off the hook. When that kind of challenge is present, a man doesn't feel attacked, he feels inspired. He feels pushed, but he also feels supported, and that is a powerful combination. Let me give you an example. If a man tells you he wants to start a business and months go by and he hasn't taken a single step, the easy thing to do would be to just smile and let it slide. But the kind of woman who keeps him chasing will say, baby, you said you wanted this, so what's the plan? What step are you taking this week? How can I support you in moving forward? That question alone lights a fire under him. Because now he knows you're paying attention, now he knows you're holding him accountable, and now he knows you expect action. And when he takes that step, when he sees the pride in your eyes, that fuels him even more. He wants to keep earning that pride, keep earning your respect, keep showing you that your faith in him was not misplaced. This is why men chase women who challenge them, because the challenge tells us that we matter. It tells us that you believe in us. It tells us that you see something special in us that maybe we don't even see in ourselves. And when we know you believe in us that deeply, we will work, we will strive, we will fight to live up to that belief. That is what makes the chase never ending. It's not just about attraction, it's about transformation. A man will keep chasing the woman who transforms him because she is not just part of his life. She is the reason his life is better. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to be real with you on this one because this is where so many people, especially women, make a mistake without even realizing it. When you start to like a man, when you feel that spark, when the chemistry is strong, it's so easy to get caught up and slowly begin to lose yourself. You stop doing the things that made you happy before you met him. You stop spending time with your friends. You stop pursuing your goals. You stop investing in your own growth. And little by little, you become centered only around him. At first, it may feel romantic. It may feel like devotion. It may feel like love. But what actually happens is you've shifted away from the very thing that made him attracted to you in the first place, your individuality, your strength, your independence, your fullness as a person. And when you give that up, the chase changes. Because what a man fell in love with was not someone who revolved around him, but someone who had her own light, her own joy, her own world that he wanted to be a part of. See, when you met him, you had your own life. You had hobbies, you had passions, you had friends, you had a rhythm that made you glow. And that glow is what drew him to you. That's what made him want to know you. That's what made him want to chase you. But if you trade that glow for his attention, if you shrink your world down to fit inside, he's not chasing anymore. Because he doesn't feel like he's pursuing someone strong and whole. He feels like he's carrying someone who has abandoned herself. And I'll tell you right now, no man respects that in the long run. We may not say it out loud, but it changes the dynamic. What men respect, what men admire, what men chase nonstop is a woman who doesn't lose herself no matter how much she loves him. And I know it's tempting to give all of yourself, to make him your number one priority, to prove your love with sacrifice after sacrifice. But let me tell you something, love is not proven by how much yourself you erase. Real love is proven by how much of yourself you keep. A man doesn't want you to stop being you. He fell for you because of you. So don't trade your dreams for his. Don't silence your voice to make his louder. Don't dim your light so his can shine. The right man will never require that of you. The right man will celebrate your shine. He will chase you harder because you're whole, not because you're half of yourself trying to be what you think he wants. Let me put it another way. Relationships are not about losing balance. They're about creating balance. If all of your identity becomes his woman, then you've robbed yourself of the very power that makes you attractive. Because your identity is bigger than that. You're a daughter, a sister, a friend, a career woman, a dreamer, a creator, a force. And when you stay connected to all of those parts of yourself, that's when the relationship stays alive. That's when he looks at you and says, wow, she's amazing. Because you haven't lost yourself in him. You've invited him into the fullness of who you already are. I've seen too many women give up everything for a man. And then when the relationship falls apart, they look around and realize they don't know who they are anymore. They've lost friendships. They've lost their sense of purpose. They've lost the confidence they used to have. That's not love, that's self-abandonment, and it's painful. But here's the truth. You can avoid that by keeping yourself intact from the very beginning. You don't have to lose yourself to prove love. In fact, the strongest relationships are the ones where both people remain whole. A man chases a woman who is confident in herself, who knows her value, who continues to grow and evolve, even while she loves him. Think about it. A man doesn't want to feel like he's your entire world. He wants to feel like he's lucky to be part of your world. There's a difference. When you keep your passions alive, when you keep your friendships alive, when you take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, you become magnetic. He doesn't just want you, he admires you. He doesn't just hold on because you're available, he holds on because he knows you're rare. And rarity keeps a man chasing. He knows he can't find another you. He knows you are a complete woman who chose to let him in, not a woman who needs him just to feel complete. So hear me clearly. Don't lose yourself in the process of loving someone else. Keep your dreams alive. Keep your goals in motion. Keep your joy at the center of your life. Because the man who really loves you, the man who's worth your time, he's not going to stop you from shining. He's going to chase you forever because your shine is what caught him in the first place.